Hi there. Yo, what's up internet? We're back here on Rise of Kings, and I have a lot more of War Z to send to you guys, but I don't really want to upload that in a string. I'm going to give you guys some variety here, and we're back in Rise of Kings. I kind of a little bit promised myself that I would not do another episode of this until we actually got further in depth with the whole cinematic version of this series that we were going to make. But a lot of people have been talking on Review Stash, and I don't want to make any spoilers, and I don't want to get you hyped up for something that will never be. But it's sounding to me that Skype is going off, and that means that we're talking about something big. We're making something big here. It's going to be bigger than the Rise of Three Kings thing we're making. Even though that was going to be really big, we kind of had to stay within the rules of this. Like, we obviously can't be flying around setting things on fire and making our own dynamic storyline. So, we're going to make our something. I'm just going to let you guys speculate. I just don't want to get you guys hyped up for something that's not going to happen. So I'm not going to promise anything yet. I'm not going to spoil too much. All I'm saying is that prepare your butts for something big, because it's going to be huge. And let's actually get back on with the Rise of Kingness. So, Irashi, my amazing blacksmith guy, he's back in black. He's in Ironton now. And a lot of things have happened, a lot of things. Since Rythun died, I got the new and improved trainer named Norlac, and we were all assuming that he was going to be the bestest of teachers. We were going to have a good old time, and it'd be a party. And Obama would come, and we'd all be like, rock off, flame. But instead, Norlac, he actually left or went inactive. There's no real lore excuse for why he's gone. I think his computer broke or something stupid. And either way, he's not going to be our trainer master anymore. So I peed myself and headed over to Oakdale, where I kind of just chilled out and picked apples and did stuff like I do. I got a little bit of more money, 800. That's a combination of 200 from a very nice lord or something. I don't actually know where I got the first 200. And then I got another 550 from a huge deal that I made. I gave him like 2 stacks of oak and a stack of sticks that I actually got in a lumber yard while picking apples, so that's where that came from. And so I got all this money. Still doesn't really do me much good considering I don't know how to blacksmith whatsoever. So I head over to Ironton knowing that there's a lot of people that are here and there's just alone because there's actually not that many people here. There was like just a few. There's like a master miner, a master blacksmith, and a few other guys that are just masters and nobles and stuff, but there's very few people here. It's a very low population. So they're advertising. They were like, Shalom, come over here. And they've had like a little crisis with their leaders. It seemed to me, what I read on the forums, that everybody was freaking out. People were dying. People were getting slayed. And everyone was just turning into a leader one day, being killed, and then like being dethroned and being sick and all this crap. So Ironton was like, wait up guys, chill out. And they decided to just ruin all the things, just smash down all of government and start up from building from the ground up. So let me see if I can actually find the sign that says anything with the councils. I don't think there's actually one in the city, but I do remember reading a forum post that said basically that there's going to be 3 new council members instead of 1 single lord. Let's see how many more on. Liz Tops, Lord Zarozil. He is the alchemist, and he is one of the major, I guess, of 3 lords. They call him council members. And another one isn't on at the moment, but his name is what is his name? Lance, Lord Lance. He's a blacksmith guy. More on him. We got a lot to talk about in his case. And so with him, he is the blacksmith guy. He's a master blacksmith. He does blacksmith like you do. And then we have the third one. Don't know his in-game name. I think it's like Bordor or something like that, maybe. Obviously not on at the moment. But he is he's a 3rd lord, and I don't know his profession really, but assuming it's something big. And those are the 3 council members of Rise of Kings. And here's the throne room, by the way. So I come here and I see all these new changes about the council and all this, and I'm just looking around, looking for somebody that could maybe, just maybe, make me a blacksmith master, or at least attempt to train me. So I decided, why not? And so I'm just walking around, and I'm about to give up hope because there's pretty much no one. And I realize somebody's knocking from some room. He comes out, and then there's Mr. Lance the blacksmith himself. And he's like, "What are you doing in my city, boy?" And we have a long, in-depth conversation about how I'm looking for a blacksmith master and how, I don't have anybody left. People are ditching and dying. So he's like, you suck. And eventually he brings me all the way to the throne room where he's like this. We have a good talk, why I want to be blacksmith, what I would bring to Ironton. And eventually Rythun comes into the mix. And I'm like, oh yeah, poor guy died. He was killed by the Lich. And that's how that went. And he laughed at Rythun, my old master. So Irashi here got pissed off and started making fun of the Lord, which is not something you should do. Actually, he's not the Lord, he's council member. So Mr. Council Member is all mad at me now. He literally gets me, like, here, so I'm, like, kneeling. And Irashi is kind of an arrogant guy, so it takes him a while, and there's a lot of fighting and stuff, but eventually it gets to the point where I'm, like, here on the ground, and he's got a huge diamond sword to my knife. To my neck. And that's how that goes. So eventually I kind of get put in my place. And once I do such things as these, he's like, yeah, I guess I'll teach you then. So he's my new master now, under one condition, that I must serve solely under his government and solely for his military. So I'm not allowed to work for any other... Shut up, cat. I'm not allowed to work for any other country or whatever. So basically have to stay with here in Ironton. And first and foremost, I'm like, hell no. I would kind of like to go back to Oakdale, and my goal is to become a master blacksmith and actually make Oakdale and Sarrowmerk possible to live in or fight, because with Ironton we have gigantic airships and stuff here, along with, like, someone was on the forum talking about making an Iron Man suit pretty much, which was some kind of, like, mixture of blacksmith and engineering, which would be a huge metal suit that has electricity in it. So it's basically the Iron Man suit. And if you come at a whole bunch of villagers with pitchforks and stuff, and they're cute little guys, and like, we'll throw corn at you, and then you come at them with, like, airships and Iron Man suits, that's a GG no re. So my guy was like, okay, I'm obviously going to want to head over to Ironton, stuff, and learn how to be a blacksmith and a engineer, and then create my own inventions for the stupid farmers that are going to get their anus whipped right off the city or continent of Elysian. So yeah, I didn't really want to side with Ironton is basically what I'm saying, because that'd be even more overpowered of a city. And this is really my only opportunity to become a blacksmith engineer, because there's not that many masters online anymore, let alone blacksmith masters. So I really did not have an opportunity to, become a master blacksmith anywhere else but here. So I decided, why not just get sworn into this guy's allegiance. In the back of my mind, of course, I'm thinking, I could be a spy. And I'm going all bump in my head. So basically, here's my goal here. I'm going to become just the bestest of buddies with all of these silly lords and council members and whatnot. And they're going to teach me all of the ways of airships and Iron Man suits. I'm going to take such knowledge, and I'm going to bring it to, Oakdale, Sarrowmerk, and Winterbane, and I'm going to show them how to build these things as well as build them for themselves. Also, I want to find the weak points in Ironton. I'm going to give a whole bunch of information that I spy out of Ironton, give that to the other cities, and it's going to be great. That's about the history of what's happened to me thus far. I'm just walking around again, but I'm actually showing you some awesome scenery, so you guys can stare at that. Hopefully that will be entertaining for half a second. And, I just got back talking with Yorin. He's the master of mining here. He's not one of the council members, but he is very famous for his amazing mining, as well as his popularity, because there's a very few people left. And he was just streaming out cash to everybody who would give him wood, because there was the deal that I did, of course, and then I walked in on him doing another deal with some guy. He got 9,000 aura though, and I only got 500. No, not 9,000, 900 aura, and I only got 500. So I was a little bit pissed off of that, but I'm pretty sure he had more wood to give anyway. And so yeah, talked to Yorin, and I've actually met a few people in Ironton that I can stand, because Irashi, he obviously hates Ironton for multiple reasons. For one, his best friend, where is he? Curious Artist, you guys know Axel, has a lot of beef against this place. He does not enjoy it here because the troops killed his friends and all this, and so Stormhammer is not good for him. And if you're gonna mess with my friends, I'm gonna mess with you. You know, my friends' enemies is my enemies, I guess. Housing, let's not. Why not? So I decided that's one reason I hate Stormhammer. Another reason is because, you know, Yorin's house, is because it's so overpowered and they're going to end up destroying everyone and their brother when it comes down to a war. So Ironton's not on my top favorite of things. Where am I going with this? I have no idea. And, yeah. So Ironton is going to be taken out, pretty much. I'm going to give them secrets. Secrets! And right now, let's go find somebody to roleplay with, because I feel like I haven't done enough of that on the server. And now that I don't feel the same emotional tie to this, because I thought I was going to do a cool trailer, seems like people that were on the server didn't really prove it, and it would be a lot easier to do it somewhere else. Not that I am doing it somewhere else, of course, but just saying I'm probably not going to do any cinematic things on this server anymore. So you guys don't have to worry about that. I don't know how much I actually spoiled of that in my previous Rise of Kings episodes that I did with Raw and Nicku. But, yeah, I really don't have that much to talk about on the history, because I kind of just condensed it into one little novel for you guys there. And, yeah, I think we're good. Gonna go find somebody in Ironton, or possibly end the video here, just because it's kind of more of an update. And don't want to leave you guys hanging on Rise of Kings, and I also don't want to just keep on feeding you War Z when most of you maybe don't like that. I went in a circle. Dang it, man. So, yeah. Just giving it a little variety, a little update, a little history, you know, like I do. Also, possible new Let's Play coming out if it works. I know I have a few already going, but of those, they're getting kind of impossible to record. And I keep on forgetting about the various Let's Plays. So I'm going to give you guys a variety of stuff, including this server. I'm going to continue with this, the new secret series that I'm talking about, the other new series that's not as secret, Guns of Icarus. I don't know how many of you have heard of this. Nicku is at his bedside right now, face palming or sighing, or waving his fist angrily at me, because I've been playing this game quite a lot, Guns of Icarus. And it's actually a really, really fun airship game. I don't know how many of you have heard of it, but yeah, it's pretty beast, and it's a lot of fun. It's pretty much a game where you get to either pilot an airship, or be a gunner in one, or rapidly fix one. It's basically airship wars. Kill people before you get killed. And the pilot obviously has a steering wheel. He's got like his throttles and stuff. He's got his extra boosts. One of them just like pops the balloon in a way that makes you go, you know, down super fast. Another one has like a speed boost. There's a lot of other stuff. I don't really want to spoil it all in the Rise of Kings video, because I've got a lot to talk about in the Guns of Icarus video. I'm just saying, get hyped for that whenever that comes out, because Guns of Icarus is going to be amazing. And it's going to be one of those series where it's more gameplay than it is commentary, because there's going to be a lot of me shouting at engineers to fix the hull and the balloon and stuff. So, also going to be talking to my pilot, telling him to pan left or whatever so I can get a shot on the enemy. So that'll be more of a game that you can be like, oh, colors, explosions, yay. And more of me having fun and just killing some guys in some airships, because that's always fun for everyone. So, it doesn't look like there's anyone in Ironton, just because it's been a little bit of a ghost town lately, but it is cool to look at. Oh, new contact request. That was not your Skype, that was mine. So, before I get any more Skype spam, I'm going to thank you guys for watching this video. Gonna ask you guys to get hyped up for the next series, the secret one and the Guns of Icarus one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Da da da.